first pick.
Alrighty, welcome to another episode of On the Clock, your Just Baseball College and MLB Draft podcast. I'm Jared. That's Tyler. We got an awesome guest with us today, Ethan Mendoza, infielder with the University of Texas. Ethan, how are you doing today, man?
Great. Yeah. I'm doing really well right now.
Yeah, we're excited to have you on. We've been following your journey. I think we saw you out at Shriners this past season here. But for the viewers who don't know you, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Take us through your amateur journey and kind of who you are on and off the field.
Yeah. So I went to Southlake Carroll High School in Texas. It's near the Dallas area. And then out of high school, I went to Arizona State, where I spent my freshman year over there. And then this past year was my sophomore year, and I transferred to Texas. So kind of back home to where I started, I guess. But it's been quite a journey.
Yeah, and I have to imagine like being from Texas. Talk a little bit what it meant to you. You went to Arizona State, had success there, got to transfer and play for Coach Schloss. What's been the biggest difference for you since you've kind of transferred over to Texas, and what's it like now to kind of finally be home?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be home. It's definitely easier for my family to get to games,
Mm-hmm.
so that was a big part of it. But I say the biggest difference is probably just how we go about things. We go, I would say, day by day, and we really focus on like the little things. And it's just we have like some sayings, and it's just like we take it like one pitch at a time. So like you could do that in all areas of life. Like you need to do one thing at a time, and it like compounds over time to make yourself better.
Yeah, I love that. Next question I have before I'll turn it over to Tyler too is you moved smoothly kind of into SEC, right? You had a 912 OPS for the season. What helped you kind of adapt to that SEC competition and just that higher level of play?
Yeah, I think Schloss does a really good job. We have this guy whose name's Brian Kane, and he
Mm.
does like our mental stuff. So linking up with him, like it's helped a lot, just slowing the game down. Because in those big stadiums and all those people yelling, you can get sped up, and you just need to when that happens, you just need to focus on your breath and just go back to the cues. Like we made some cues before, and like mine would be like if I'm hitting and like I take a bad swing, like there's a logo or something, I look up on my bat and take a deep breath, and then the next pitch, that pitch is over, and the next pitch begins. So it's just kind of like little things like here and there to help you go back, and if something's not going right your way or something, that you can get back online.
No, I love it.
So I wanted to ask one thing because I know you mentioned having the mental coach in your back pocket, but the biggest thing I've noticed from like your transition from Arizona State to Texas was the hike in the walk rate, and there's a bit more power in the tank because your OPS jumped up 100 points. So like, what changed approach wise in your game to kind of tap into more of that power and really turn yourself into like a true table setter at the top of the lineup?
Yeah, I would say that we focus on seeing more pitches. What I've learned is, I guess, since being at Texas, is the more pitch you see, the better chance you have of hitting the ball harder. The more pitch you see, the it helps your offense. I mean, it's like a compounded thing, as I said earlier. It's just you see one to two more pitches per AB, and everyone's doing that. Like we're gonna get the pitcher out faster. He's gonna throw more pitches. The innings are gonna be longer. It's just like that's just what Schloss has taught us about our offense and how our offenses ran. Is just try to see as many pitches as possible. But if you get a good pitch, like you're all over it. Like it's not a passive approach, but it's making sure you get your pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's any one pitcher you faced this past year that like you felt like you had a great read on, is there any specific guy that stands out to you?
Honestly, no. I don't really remember much of the season, just because right now I'm kind of focusing on what I need to do in the weight room and strength and just kind of all that. There wasn't like really one dude that really stood out to me that I just like hammered. And we only really get to face a dude like two or three times, three or four times. So there's not really one that stuck out to me.
Okay, gotcha. And then just talk about the culture with Texas itself. We talked about a few guys that like Max Ballou, for example, was a big like clubhouse guy for you guys this past year. But just talk about like the culture itself in the clubhouse, like how everybody kind of backs each other up and really settles down as a team as a whole.
Yeah, I would say we're all bought into Schloss's process. I knew coming in like Schloss was a great coach and he's won some games, so I was already bought in coming in. And the returners, they were awesome. Like Rylan and Jalen and Max. They whatever Schloss said, like we were doing it, and everyone was bought into the process. There wasn't any people who just like were like not going with the process. And so if people were doing that, they were like kind of like outsiders. So those were the ones. But the we had great leaders on our team, and that really like helped our clubhouse. Like I think that's what made us really good, is that we had a really good clubhouse.
Now, let me ask you this: as you're going into your junior year, are you ready to be the next leader, the next person to step up for the team?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm one of the few position returners, and I know what it means to be a Longhorn, and I want to show that with the people who are coming, the freshmen. The freshmen are on campus actually right now, so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to teach them how to become like a real Longhorn, and it's just being like a gritty ball player and doing anything you can for a win. We always say like you got to be desperate for wins, and I think that's what a real Longhorn is.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Since you mentioned that you talked to the freshmen, how has that transition gone for them that you're aware of?
It's doing great. It's mostly we have like four position players, so I'm really with them all the time. And so like I'm going out to eat with them, trying to get to know them, trying to do everything I can to make them as comfortable as possible. And on the pitching side, all our pitchers are here training with Max. And so all the freshmen are here too, and they're doing a great job over there. This year I'm very excited for.
Awesome. Is there any, you mentioned adding more strength, but there any other expectations for yourself going into the 26th season?
Right now I'm just focusing on putting on more weight and getting stronger. Like I'm already up like 5 or 6 pounds, which is good. I'm hitting the weight room really hard every day. That's kind of just the goals for me right now. The playing will take care of itself. Like I know I can play. There's nothing like I need to forcefully do or try to do, because I just feel like that kind of sets you up for failure. But I'm gonna go out every single day and play as hard as I can. That's the one thing I think I can control.
Love that mentality right there. Jared, I'll let you go ahead and take over from here.
Yeah, Ethan, you talked a little bit about just how special that team culture was, right? You all won 44 games. Of course, end result wasn't exactly what you all wanted, but how are you building on that momentum from last season and kind of carrying that over to 2026?
Yeah, I think people were questioning if Texas could handle the SEC, and I think we went out and showed everyone what we could do in all sports.
Yeah.
We're pretty dominant, and we're a force. But our goal obviously is to win it all. Last year we didn't reach our goal. The winning the SEC was a little stepping stone, but obviously our end goal is to win it all, and anything below that is I wouldn't call like a very successful year.
Yeah, I love that. And you've mentioned a lot about how important of a role Coach Schloss has played. But talk about the other guys. Like you have Nolan Kane, Troy Tulowitzki also on that coaching staff, Max Wiener, of course, on the pitching side. But talk about how that coaching staff there. We had Nolan Kane on the podcast last offseason. You can just tell like why guys love playing for that guy too. But talk about the assistant coaches and kind of how they've played a role in your game.
Yeah, Nolan Kane, I dealt with him a lot when I was in the portal. I love
Yeah.
talking to him. There's a reason why Schloss gets really good recruits, is mostly because of that guy. He's a lot of the reason why a lot of people are here. I know a lot of people follow him from other schools. He was at LSU and then A&M, and people have followed him. Some freshmen have followed him from LSU to A&M to here. So that's a big part where a lot of people are here now. And then Schloss, obviously he's great. You know his resume. It speaks for himself. But I mean, he's I think he's one of the best coaches I've ever played for. He's just very good about the details, and how over time it builds up. And that just, taking it day by day, that's just a big thing for me. And then Tulowitzki, in the infield, like you can't get much better than
Yeah.
that. And then saving coach, yeah, he'll go out there sometimes and take some ground balls, and you're just kind of like in awe and shock that that's Troy Tulowitzki. But he's a great guy. He's hard on us, which is good. I like that as an infield coach, as a hitting coach. He expects perfection, I like that personally. I think that makes everyone better. And he's just really he's a really great guy, I would say. And then Max Wiener, I didn't really deal with him a lot, but when I did deal with him, he was, I mean, I don't know if you guys ever talked to him, but he's a character, and I love him very much. I mean, he's always has the best vibes, and I mean, as a pitch, all the pitchers follow him, and you can see how that turns out. I mean, they're all really really good, and Max Wiener's probably definitely the best pitching coach in the nation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I watching your all's pitching staff this year was just a blast. Like that rotation was so good. The bullpen was so good. It was just a fun time.
Yeah.
I was gonna the next question I was gonna kind of roll into here is this the way you kind of play the game, right? You're just kind of in a grinder. You go out there and try to make things happen. How have you developed that mentality over kind of the course of your career to just be kind of like you kind of really are bought into that Texas mentality of just kind of going out there and trying to do everything you can to win? How has that shaped? How has that developed over your entire amateur journey?
Yeah, so my dad was a big part of that. He was a very gritty ball player. He really taught me the way of how the game should be played. And then just growing up watching the game, you realize who's out there like making things happen, and you could see who the best player is just by how like intense they are or how they're running. It's just the little things of just like what you describe as a gritty ball player. Like
Mhm.
that's what I want to be. Like I'm not the biggest, I'm not the strongest, but I'm gonna go out there and try to make things happen any way I can.
Yeah, I love that. And last thing I want to touch on before I turn over to Tyler, see if he's got any other questions, is you had the experience in the Cape Cod League this summer, played really well, showed some things both offensive and defensively. What was that experience like for you in the Cape? What were some of the biggest lessons you kind of took from that?
Yeah, I mean, I really love the Cape. I was out in Chatham, which I
Mm-hmm.
think, in my opinion, is the best part of the Cape. I mean, I was like a 5 minute walk from the ocean, ate breakfast
That's
there in the
nice.
morning. It was awesome. I loved it. But like playing every day, you don't get to do that in college ball, obviously. So playing every day, it was cool. It was an experience. I really enjoyed it. I liked how even if you did like not good, that you get to come out to the ballpark the next day and all that's flush, and you just get really back-to-back times to where you can prove yourself. You don't have to wait like a couple days and then play again, a couple days
Yeah.
and play again.
Yeah. That's awesome. Tyler, you got any other questions before I dive into the more fun questions here?
I guess my only question is for you, Jared. Am I allowed to start off the the on the clock portion here?
Go for it.
Okay, cool. So something we do every single podcast is where we kind of put you on the clock a little bit, kind of ask some like fast questions, just like some fun ones. So first things first, since you mentioned the Cape, I've never been to the Cape, but I do want to know this. What is like the go-to like restaurant or just fun thing to do while you're up there?
So I went fishing. We got a person to tour us on a boat, and he like pretty much taught us how to fish. We were out in the water. It was awesome. We caught fish instantly. They were huge. I mean, we caught probably like 7 or 8 fish each. There's like 5 people on the boat. I mean, if you go out there, you have to do that. I mean, it is the best time ever.
Awesome. What about back in Austin? What's the go-to food place, and what are some of the activities around town? Because I've heard it's very very cool to kind of like travel through that town.
Yeah, I mean, the go-to, in my opinion, is Cabo Bob's. It's like Chipotle, but it's a little. I think it's better in my opinion. They got these different kind of tortilla wraps, they're really good. And then there's always stuff to do here. Like in the school year, there's concerts like probably like 1 to 2 every week, and it's there's so many people here. There's so many things to do. Like Sixth Street is fun. There you can go out to the water. There's plenty of things to do in Austin. It's very busy.
I'm kind of building off of Tyler's Austin thing here. What's the best barbecue place in Austin?
Terry Black's for sure. It's super good, honestly. Like anything there, you can't go wrong with it. Uh, I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's just I think it's the best place in my opinion.
I love it. If you could face one big league pitcher, who would it be?
I want to see Paul Scenes. I want to
Mm,
see what that's like. I didn't get to face him obviously, but I want to see what that looks like in the box.
yeah, that's the newest answer. Like, so it used to be like we're just getting Shohei Ohtani. Now we're starting to get more Paul Skeens. So
Yeah.
it's finally getting mixed up there.
Mhm.
Um, if you could steal one tool from any current major league player, so probably a pitch, what would it be and why?
I would say,
Or-
like LA De La Cruz's speed.
Mm,
I mean, he flies around the bases, and it's just unreal to watch. Once he gets going, it's pretty crazy to see.
I love it. And then build your Mount Rushmore of infielders. So this can be a guy. It doesn't have to be like the top like infielders of all time, but just like guys that you've looked up to.
Yeah, I would say Adrian Beltre is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jose Altuve. I love how he plays the game. I love watching Tulo. Actually, I've watched a lot of his highlights ever since I got to Texas, and I mean, he had a bunch of tools, and he played the game like super hard. That's kind of a thing I look for. And then let's see, Ian Kinsler.
I love that.
Yeah, I like Ian Kinsler. I grew up a Rangers fan, so I watched a lot of Texas Rangers growing up, and those are some of the dudes that I loved watching.
I grew up by the Rangers spring training facility and loved like Michael Young, Ian Kinsler. Like those days are awesome.
Oh yeah, that was the Rangers squad right there. That's where I grew up watching.
Yeah. Last question I got for you is, do you know what your walk-up song is going to be in 2026? I know it's really early.
Yeah, I do not right now. I got to go through Spotify and find
Love
something, or gotta ask my girlfriend or something. She'll find something for me, but I do not have it right now. I got to find it.
Yeah. Ethan, we can't thank you enough for joining on the clock. We're going to be watching you all 2026 and wishing you nothing but the best, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.